Hey guys, we will be collecting pollen from this one. A very interesting plant. Super amazing. I don't know if you see it right now. Okay. Super amazing. And yeah, I hadn't had time to film all the pollen collection, especially since this greenhouse is very small. I didn't have space for the camera, so I didn't want to film it, but so many people were waiting for this video, so I am recording one now. So let me put the camera on the tripod and then we will collect pollen. I'm sorry for the mediocre point of view, but I just don't have enough space in here. This is an old greenhouse that I still use because the spot is great with sun and everything, but yeah, it's not made to film, but I like it. So yeah, collecting pollen now. I already collected one bag, and this is the second one. I had already started collecting pollen when I decided, okay, I'll film it. So I hope you enjoy it. This is a Trichocereus peruvianus, and it's probably one of the bluest ones you will ever see. This is I don't think there is much more. It's possible to get much bluer, you know. But yeah, this is great. This is an amazing plant, and I'm doing everything to preserve it. I do not charge for this plant. This plant is not to be charged for. Like, whoever gets this and you paid for it, it wasn't right. I do not want this one to be sold. I mean, you know how it is. People will eventually put this thing on eBay or the auction groups and all that, auction pages, whatever. And I do not make a big thing out of it, but I do not want this plant to be sold. It's one of the things that I leave behind for the community, and I don't want it to be stained by being unaffordable. You know, I have been poor in my life. I've been really poor, and I couldn't buy expensive things. Like, if the landscape with expensive cactus hybrids would have been like it is today when I got started, I would probably gotten out and said, no man, this is just insane. These prices are too much. I am not paying that. So yeah, and therefore I do not want the stuff that I leave behind, that I give away. I gift it away. I do not sell it. I'm not a plant seller. I get a lot of messages from people asking about buying something. I'm not a plant seller. I might become one in the future. Never say never. But at this point, I am not. When you are selling plants, you need to fulfill also so many things. Like, you need to make sure that everything's perfect, you know. Sellers throw out plants all the time because they have little blemishes, minor spots that don't look great, and I don't want to play that game. I sometimes buy rare plants that are completely disfigured because I know I can save it. I have a few plants sometimes in the background that look terrible, but they looked so much more terrible before I got them, and I usually raise plants back to health and use them for breeding, and therefore I feel like plants should have sometimes a little bit of character, you know, a few injuries and spots that aren't perfect aren't a big thing to me. And don't get me wrong, yeah, I don't want to say badly infested plants should be kept. That's not what I'm saying. I say a good breeder can take a sick plant and turn it into something magical. I've had so many amazing plants that I bought because nobody else wanted them, and yeah, after 2 or 3 years they look like totally different, and that's something that makes a good breeder. I couldn't do that earlier in my life. Right now I can. I would love to turn this thing, but I'm worried about it. Yeah, this is better. Oh no, it's not. Come on, man. I just want to collect pollen. I need to take this plant out too. I need to buy so many pots this year, it's crazy. I mean, I usually do not pot unless I have to. I do not want plants to grow endlessly, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just see that a plant needs a bigger pot, and then I certainly pot it up too. I still have not decided what to use for it now, but I would probably pollinate it with a Trichocereus macrogronus hybrid that I have, a white flowering, simply because I want seeds from this guy, and that the other parent is one of the plants where people have asked me repeatedly, same as this one, and would be great to have a cross between both of them, you know. This plant is a little bit dehydrated from the flowering, and it bothers me a little bit, but I don't wanna like keep it wet for too long. The flowering is just a very exhausting thing for a plant, and they need a lot of water, and the last 2 months have been like scorching heat, nothing but heat, and yeah. So I will slowly water it on a regular basis, but I try not to overdo it. I don't want to have problems with the roots. Now when I'm done with the pollen collection here, I would pollinate and then I would turn it back around, because I want to be able to collect pollen from the other plant, from the other flower that is opening maybe tomorrow. So yeah, this plant will not be sold. And I don't want to see people like harassing others because they sold something like this one. If you see someone selling it, tell them the breeder doesn't really want it. If they don't do it, then that's what it is, you know. I don't live and let live, you know. But still, this is supposed to be a community service plant. Due to the fact that it is so blue that it needs to be propagated, you know. It is part of my True Blue series where I propagated rare plants that had a extremely blue skin color. I have some more that also look very similar to this, but this one is the most beautiful one. Yeah, I think this is enough. I have enough pollen. I want to turn it around because I'm worried it might like fall over. Okay. How many bags did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bags. That's okay, because they are fuller than they normally are. Okay. Oh man. All right. Macrogonus hybrid. I will use the whole bag. I just want to make sure. You never know. It might not make a difference in the way that the cross would still succeed with a little bit pollen, but you might get fewer seeds, you know. The more pollen, the more seeds you can get. If the pollen is not very fertile, it might need a little bit more. Oh, the smell on it. It smells great. This is a great smelling plant. Very few Trichocereus species have this nice flowers. They are not huge, but big enough, you know. This is great. It keeps raining and raining. What a joke of a summer. Okay, good. Now I will take the camera off the tripod and take some more photos and videos. Come on, leave me alone. I wanna walk across. Alright, there it is. What a beautiful flower. This is a little bit like pressed on, but maybe I can take some good photos here. Very beautiful. Let's have a look at the flower tubes. Not very long. Black hair, black brown. I mean, I keep saying this. If you look at fresh flower buds and compare this to like the PC clone in the USA, this is a very different flower color of hair, much darker. Yeah, these are these triangular scales, and sometimes you need to compare them to other species. There are minor differences, like very subtle. See how few scales there are, and there are species that have the whole tube full of scales. Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful plant. Alright guys, this is probably the end of my video. I want to turn this thing around because I'm worried about it. And yeah, after the flowering, after the harvest, I will probably repot it late in the season. I don't usually do this, but yeah, I should have repotted it early and didn't have enough pots, so yeah, I'll probably do it late. So yeah, turn it around now. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for looking at this channel and watching the videos. It is a lot of fun. Take care. Bye.